Yep.
Alright, hello, and welcome to episode 43 of Chaos Entropy. Today is uh, October 9th, 2024, and let's get right into it.
Uh, oh, uh, Before we say anything, we will eventually do a podcast dedicated to Destiny with Lad. We just didn't have the time.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Yeah. Oh
Since we
man, that's gonna get pushed back
mentioned it,
again and again.
yeah. But, I mean, since then there has actually been more Destiny-related stuff, so that's good for him when we do talk about it.
Yeah.
So, just wanted to make that clear that it's not going to be today's video.
Yeah.
um, you want to start with stuff?
Sure. Actually, wait, did you hear about the hurricane that's coming?
Yes, the devil itself is going up Florida into hell, yeah.
Bro, there's like three hurricanes. It's like the third hurricane like the
Oh yeah,
past month.
I think that made history. Like three hurricanes in the same region, right? Or something in 1 month? In 1 month
Yeah,
maybe?
in 1 month. It was,
Uh,
the last one was like, what, a week?
that's, that, yeah, not even. Like 2 weeks, roughly.
Yeah.
And, it's crazy that people still are like, Florida all the way.
Yeah, I can't, like, if you go Florida or anywhere, like, below,
Coast.
yeah, like,
The Gulf.
southeast coast, you're, like,
It's
endangering
hell.
yourself through floods and shit.
Oh, yeah.
There's, like, storms. I think the safest part is probably northeast.
Yes, the Northeast region, at least of America, it has its fair share of things, but nothing like what Florida gets or tornado alleys like in Ohio or something.
Oh, yeah, you're right. In the middle, in the Midwest and around
Midwest is
there.
pretty bad. Um,
What about the upper left?
they get their fair share of things, but not to the exact like. It's nothing like what's happening in Florida.
What about
Or on the
Washington State?
yeah, I mean they're known for like heavy rain, but like
Well, that's it.
you know that's their main thing. They never truly have any too many problems.
I guess Northwest and Northeast are fairly okay.
Yeah, it just depends on the how the. I mean, after all, if you're in a certain Gulf, like especially Gulf of Mexico, things like that, that's those weather patterns are always known to be hell, um, which sucks. But at the same time, it's like when I went to Florida, I think I went when there wasn't a hurricane, and it was beautiful. But I'm like, this all could be wiped away within less than a day.
Yeah.
You know what the horrifying thing is? The amount of water and mud that comes through destroys landlines, like the actual towns. Like you don't know what town's what anymore because there's no jurisdiction. There's no distinct lines anymore. Like it wipes away concrete.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think water can do that.
Yeah, it's all the pressure. The pressure and it can destroy concrete. That's pretty horrifying.
Yeah.
And I think it did not hit landfall until I'm saying this upcoming one. Milton is today. The recording of this. I think it's like tonight. I
I
could be
think so,
wrong.
yeah.
So yeah, we're recording this before any landfall, or we don't have
Actually,
construction yet. I
CNN
could be
just
wrong.
reported like an hour ago a tornado is in Florida now too.
You know what the funny thing is? I believe the main difference, if I could be wrong, is that a tornado. The difference is like I was looking into the different. Tornado is what you call it if it starts on land. If it starts in the water, it's either
Isn't that
technically
like a
there's
whirlpool
hurricanes.
or whatever?
Well, there's typhoons. There's
Oh yeah, that typhoon. Man, typhoons are scary.
by the way, they're called something different based on the geological region they're in. If they're like in the Atlantic Ocean, it's one name. Like if you're in the Indian Ocean, I think it's like monsoons.
Oh. But
Which thank
wait,
God we don't get those.
isn't a hurricane like a big storm though?
Yes, but it will start usually in the water.
Yeah, but isn't like a tornado
It's
like a
landfall
giant
first.
spinner?
Yes. Now, if it starts in the water, we just call it something different. I think it's either a type, no,
Yeah, like a typhoon. But like that's different from like a hurricane, right? A hurricane's like a really
hurricane
big
is,
storm.
Yeah, hurricane is a storm that gathers up, but it does gather up wind, but not in the same, like, it's not a
Yeah, yeah,
tornado.
like a tornado is just when you see a
Yeah,
giant spinner.
yeah.
But
I
like
mean,
not yet,
so
like
we've
now there's a
always,
hurricane coming to Florida and there's a tornado in Florida.
by the way, I don't know if you heard how it went immediately to a Category 5, and
Oh yeah,
then, because the winds reached, it said the winds will be roughly, oh god, what was it, like 150 plus mile per hour, which is already, that's just death. That's,
like people are calling this like the biggest storm.
I mean, they had like, of course, mandatory evacuation, but like, if you don't leave, no one's getting you. No one's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
be there
you
to
can't
care.
fight against this thing.
Like, I don't care if you're a rescue worker, like, you can't even be there yourself.
Yeah, like everyone is saying, just get out, get out.
And sadly, a lot of people might not be able to because they're all stuck on, like, bridges, like, they're all, like,
Oh
back to
yeah,
back.
it's like crazy traffic. I heard they opened all the emergency lanes and everything, but
Oh, I mean, if they said you had to leave, like yesterday already, or even previously, by
yeah,
the time to get out, if you have enough time. Which is, I mean, that's just horrifying. By the way, the last storm actually did as much damage in North Carolina and Georgia, as
really.
well as Florida. Yeah, because it went up that direction. So, like, there's
Yeah, I heard about actually.
Asheville, North Carolina was devastated. Like, towns were just gone.
Yeah, I heard about that.
How horrifying that is? Like, your town, there's no more town. There's,
Did you hear about how like there was like a glass making factory or something, and they weren't like they didn't let the workers leave until like 45 minutes before the storm hit,
that just sounds illegal.
and then like a bunch of people died, and then recently
That,
because they were
that's,
getting death threats, the company finally issued a statement.
it's like they didn't believe a storm could happen.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I mean, that's just stupid. That's
You
so
you live in an
dumb.
area that's prone to horrible storms every time. You should, think twice about your decisions.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I mean,
I mean, no one would get it. It's insane.
that's just stupid though. Like, why would? I mean, but like, I don't know. I mean, that's just what I heard. Like, there was like a
Yeah,
video and everything, and like, I think he might be the owner of the company. He was like, we lost. He opened up
I think I heard
ironically
that.
addressing the death threats to him and his family and the company instead of just so like it's
Yeah,
pretty shitty because the only reason that guy is making that video is because he's getting death threats. Um,
yeah. I think I actually did hear about this. Just not, like, in depth.
yeah, but what else? I guess that's just a portion of real life news.
But yeah,
Let's get
just
into
everyone, yeah. Just so everyone does know, just once again, that this is before it hit at least landfall, or at least the hurricane. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at live updates, but I don't think it hit Florida just yet.
I think
So,
we should be good for now.
I mean, it's scary, but thankfully, where I live, it's if anything ever does come our way, it's usually just the rain. If it comes from Florida upwards,
Yeah,
and thank God.
yeah,
I, I just can't imagine living in those areas knowing like these things happen a lot.
and plus, I can't imagine living in the heat.
Oh yeah, but I'm sorry, people in Florida, but I teach too much.
Yeah, he would kill me.
Heat is so just oh god.
That heat would eat me alive, bro.
It doesn't matter if you're wearing the shorts and like a tank top. Your body will just all its sweat will leave and you'll just die.
And the prices will also kill me.
Oh, I bet.
All right, well, I guess.
Oh, what else? Unless you have something else to say, because I was gonna bring up the KN, but it's not a big conversation this time around, just because uh, there isn't crazy amount of updates yet.
Oh, well, I
So,
mean, do you know the basics of the KN?
yes, at least the fact that the main thing is there was an impossible Easter egg. I'll just reiterate for everyone that Jason Blundell said that he put in the game, but it's not in the game code. Therefore, it's like he made it to the point where like no one would get it. Which I was like, that's a weird Easter egg. I guess just for himself. I just
He put it in the game, but it wasn't
like
hardcore. It wasn't in the core of the game. It was just through like what, visuals?
It must be a visual thing or something even more like based on like from what you've seen yourself as well, like or at least the lack of, I don't know how much you've seen in general, but
I mean, I've only seen the image of the KN-44 inside the Tesseract, the four-dimensional cube.
They're now calling it the hypercube because Jason called it the hypercube.
But like,
there was big stuff about that. So okay, this famous image that came from the Giant, like scraps that when you put together creates an image of a KN that's how would I describe it? The summoning key is either what was it like? There's a summoning key and then a hypercube outside the summoning key, and it's like a blueprint. It's signed by an artist, and what would you call it? It has things that were added to it, like galaxies and other formations that were told to be part of this blueprint picture, and then some things were artists' like designs. We found out as of yesterday with the YouTuber Glitching Queen in the zombie community. She had an interview with 3 of the conceptual artists that were doing Black Ops work from like either Black Ops 2 to 4, so like a lot of it.
Okay.
And one of the artists was like, "Oh yeah, I drew this blueprint," and she was like, "Oh," and then they talk more in depth, and you find out that he originally it was just like an AK image, and that was it. And then they were like, "Oh no, make it like an in-game weapon," and so they changed it to the KN, and he was like, "That's what I was told." And then you find out that the conceptual artists have no idea about the Easter eggs because they were not privy to it. It was on a need-to-know basis for the sake of these things never going out. He said so like the outside of the image, like the what would you call it? The brown on the outside of it. He did like the actual blueprint itself, the hypercube. He was told, but the galaxies, like the formations on it, he was told to put that in there. None of that was his. He can't technically recreate it, but that was not like artistic, imagery. But there is a wormhole on the left side of the image, like a collapsed wormhole-looking thing. He said, "Oh, I put that in there. Therefore, that's not part of any Easter egg." But they did explain that sometimes an artist would have an idea for something they would put in the game or have a conceptual art, and that art would then be used in an Easter egg. Sometimes the artist actually had influence in like how an Easter egg would be done, but they were never privy to it. But sometimes they would be like, "Oh, actually, can I use that art?"
But like,
so that was big news
okay.
in regards to like. The fact that the fact that the Easter egg and the KN-44 is still ongoing because the artist who even did the image even said how those things were added to the image that he was told to put there on purpose, and it wasn't like artistic, just for fun. That doesn't mean like the KN and this whole thing could just be like a inside joke or something for the developers. That's what we assumed. But it does leave what's that guy's the main YouTuber Skite, Skitte, the guy who's been doing like the impossible Easter egg. It means that he could still it could still be researched because we don't have definitive like an ending proof of it like either being non-existent or existent in that matter. So it was a fun interview for the fact that the artist himself was, even said what part was, his and what part was added.
But like, what's the actual point of the Easter egg?
Well, that's the hard part because people think that it ended technically because we found out like what KN-44 represents with the hypercube and a lot of math equations and.
Well, what is the Easter egg? Like, it's just the image of a KN-44 inside a hyper,
Yeah, so we still don't know what the actual point is, but we at least have an understanding of how they relate. Like this idea of the KN-44, why it has that name, why is this a hypercube, what does the hypercube represent? We have those understandings.
Well, then tell me what does that mean? Like,
well, that's the sad part, because like when I tell you what it means in reference to each other, that doesn't actually mean anything towards like what does that mean for the Easter egg itself,
But what does it mean? The sad thing.
Well, the KN-44 represents like there's two numerical expressions that make a hypercube, and they use the letters K and N, and for if K equals 4 and N equals 4 were like points on a hypercube or something like that, and they come up a lot, and that's where that comes from, but like that doesn't mean a whole lot. It's just like a one step in like this whole puzzle of like what's the meaning behind the hypercube to begin with in the game, or like.
So they're just trying to figure out why he put the hypercube in the game?
Well, we're just trying to understand like what is the point of this representation of a KN inside of something key.
So like what does this image mean?
Yeah, like what does this lead to?
But
in
like,
regards to
do you ever think maybe it's just like he's just doing it to fuck with people?
I think he had a high level of fun idea to have a conceptual like this hypercube. Like it's a cool thing to look into, but it could just be that. It could just be like, let's make our zombie community like really smart and dig into stuff for the fun of it. But I feel like that's a pretty cruel joke because Jason knows the zombie community pretty well, and just to have like, because he went about interviews saying, he brought it up multiple times, or interviewers did, how this impossible, he would keep bringing it up, and I would like to think that there is an actual. Who knows how big of an Easter egg it really is? He just calls it an impossible Easter egg, and it could be impossible based on.
Maybe it's impossible because you won't solve it because there's nothing to solve.
He said people got close to finding it.
But then wouldn't all people gotta do is just go back and look at the stuff they've already discovered?
He said that, by the way, before Gerard Crovey came out. So therefore, it would either be the Giant, Shadows, Drak, or Zetsubo. And now there's more fascination with, I don't know if you heard about like the Shadows of Evil stuff, where the, like those the alien race, what are they called again?
The Margwars?
Well, no, but the race, it's like the...
the Keepers?
Well, yeah, but I thought they had like a race name, like the whole.
Wait, which one? The Keepers or the ones that followed the Shadow Man? The Necronomicon, no, the Apothicons or whatever.
Yeah, the Apothicon language. There's an Apothicon language every time you went to a like the altars and Shadows of Evil. It'll be on the floor, and people just assumed it was a pentagram this whole time, but no. It is an actual language that Jason made. He made a whole new language. Just like Star Trek made their own language. He literally made a whole new language that people never thought about.
Oh.
And they represent stuff, and people are like, maybe this links because we found out, or not we, but the community found out that the pentagram, like the actual imagery, is a hypercube opened. Like, flattened out, like in 2D form instead of 3D. That's like the points and everything.
Uh-huh.
And people are like, holy crap, that's insane. Like, holy crap. Just the fact that these things are connecting. Well, by the way, there is this idea of, like how, what do they say, causality and, just because you find things that seem like they connect doesn't mean it actually is the actual truth. Things could just, seem like they're plausible just because they're similar.
Yeah.
I forgot the word. You know what I mean? Like, like causality doesn't mean this, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Which I have to think about that all the time because, like you said, these things look like they all connect. But at the end of the day, it could just be nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
I like to think it isn't because I think it's fascinating that these, like, you know, um, these higher end thinking type of stuff is even in the game to begin with.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
But the worst part is Jason hasn't, like, he's not even on these games anymore, so it's hard to even know, like, if we do find it, like, how do we know?
Wasn't there like a thing you said last week how like people were thinking it might just be like a bunch of like nothing, like it was just a
I
joke?
mean, it, yeah, there was supposedly, like, a developer said something like that, but, um, no, it's not concrete, because I think it was, like, just one developer. But then again, it's hard to know because my understanding is Jason, when he made his Easter eggs, it was the smallest team possible. When it comes to certain Easter eggs, like the impossible one, supposedly, like, it was mostly it was really just his idea.
Oh.
And he added it to the game, like, the last second, supposedly. Like, to one of the... Who knows if it's a map, because he called it's in the arenas, or something like that. He used the term arena, or areas, or arenas, and I'm like, what does that
It's
even
in
mean? I'm like,
the
and
zombie map 9.
that's when people thought he meant, like, oh, maybe it's a multiplayer. Like, maybe there's some understanding in multiplayer.
It's in the arena? Did people ever decipher that?
Not yet. But people really do take his words seriously, because in the past, when he chose his words carefully, he meant certain words on purpose. And we did find those. But this time, when he said it, people were just like, arenas. That's a very interesting word, because we're like, there's maps, but what does he mean by arenas?
The arenas?
And there is, you know how in multiplayer for Black Ops 3, like, certain, like, that one map or two, how it is zombie related. Like, you can find, like, the blueprint, you can find, like, was it, like, Derice somewhere, like, a map of it, in one of the maps.
Huh.
That doesn't mean a lot, but the fact that those things exist in multiplayer, and the campaign can count, like, as separate arenas, supposedly, or separate modes, because the campaign also had zombie ties, sort of. I mean, yes and
Yeah,
no.
in that one, yeah.
Yeah. Also, it had that nightmare mode that was
Yeah.
campaign related. So that was interesting. So people, I think, don't get me wrong, this impossible Easter egg is probably one of the coolest things, just because it's the most hyped thing for the zombies community right now, especially with Black Ops 6 coming around.
I don't know, I
And,
mean...
it'll be sad if it truly was, like, it might just be like
It might be
a
nothing.
joke. It could just be an inside joke that you find, like, this all could be correct, but it could end with just a dumb, funny joke, but with the most complex way to get there. You know? Like,
Yeah.
Jason could have made this most complex thing in all of Black Ops 3, just to have a funny joke at the end. And don't get me wrong, I think that's funny as hell, but I don't know how the community would react. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, I mean...
This Easter egg has been going on for 8 years.
At this point, though, I think because it's been going on for 8 years, no matter what the outcome is, I think people are just not going to be satisfied.
I mean, I will say with the Skype video and these things brought back up, I do find it fascinating, like the things that they do find out, which, oh, that's the word, correlation does not equal, causality.
Wait,
But
what?
I mean, I'm skeptic of it all, even though, like, the things that they are finding are fascinating as hell in my eye.
Uh,
For me, I mean, I like that stuff. It's just, but I'm surprised how much things we're finding out about Jason Blundell that he added to the game every time we find something just new about it. We're like, holy crap, this was here this whole time? Like, this aspect? But that's basically the update right now is that we don't have an end sight yet. We just know things
So nothing's
that,
changed.
yeah. Here's the thing. The things that we did find out, that could be the answer itself. Just like the things and like how they connect, but that would be a weird answer. Um, so we truly don't know. But I mean, I'll definitely give updates because I find it fascinating as hell. Um, Speaking of Black Ops 6, did you see the big thing about the Mason thing?
How people are saying Mason's not actually dead because they showed the
Oh,
picture
but
or the.
and yes, and the fact that the whole campaign is I meant the campaign of the a real campaign, as in like the truth lies.
Oh wait, what's the thing about the truth lies?
Well, people are saying all we've ever seen is like that slogan, "The truth lies," about Black Ops 6 for the
Yeah.
campaign itself, and people are like, maybe they intentionally, chose the wrong image, because they said Mason dies, but they chose the image where you shoot him in the leg, and he
Yeah.
doesn't have a bullet hole in his head, and that's all true, but I like to think that I don't know. Maybe they just couldn't show that, like a bullet hole in his head or something, some crazy nonsense, like legal. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
But it would be the most elaborate plan if that was the case, where like they did that on purpose, where like they made a mistake.
I don't
Where
know. I
like
mean, I don't know.
because
I
when
just
you
think
look
it's.
at it, they do actually do use the one where you shoot him in the leg
Yeah, I know. I
and
saw that.
Oh, and there was a campaign trailer, and there's a shot of like a mangler looking zombie for some reason.
Yeah, in the campaign. I don't know.
I don't
They
know.
did mention something about like, what's it called? What's it
What?
called? Like there's
Note 6?
biological weapons, so maybe somehow
Yeah,
we get
yeah.
zombies or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, I saw Mr. Waffles talking about it, and I'm like, I think it's a little too much. But you never know. I mean, I don't think they'll do the same as Black Ops 3 with zombies, but, um, I like to think, I mean, that'd be cool if Nova 6 was brought back into the campaign or something.
I don't know, because Nova 6 doesn't necessarily make zombies, right?
It has ties, but no, because Element 115 is why zombies exist,
Yeah.
but that's in the old time.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not really excited
By
for
the way,
the,
it is confusing because the campaign is connected to the old games while zombies are technically rebooted.
yeah, that's just weird.
So,
Yeah, that's just too
yeah, that
weird
is.
to me. I just don't get it. And now, like, the
I mean,
zombies timeline is connected to Modern Warfare.
oh yeah, that I forgot about the ending of
That entire thing is such a fever dream.
I haven't watched it, so I don't even know what happened.
I don't know what happens either. I just know Ravenov from Cold War was working with Soap, and
Yeah.
Soap fought zombies before he died. This is just weird.
I mean, yeah, it's yeah, I guess that is the right word. A lot of it is really weird. A lot of it doesn't make a lot of sense. It comes out, what, the 25th, so a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I missed the November release date.
I mean, I don't know. Oh no.
Like, are you excited for it, or?
I mean, I guess. Yeah, but not really.
The only time I truly hated a Black Ops game was 4. So,
Black Ops 4? I didn't like Black Ops 4, yeah.
I thought that game was just wrong. I was like, everything about this is not right.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Look, I get that people don't like Cold War, but it's nothing as bad to me. Like Black
Cold
Ops
War,
4 is
yeah,
just
I mean, Black Ops 4 is definitely the worst one.
I get why people don't like Cold War, but it's nothing like Black Ops 4 in my eyes.
Black Ops 4 was just, it felt like an incomplete game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even though Cold War was also cut short. the time to make it.
Yeah.
I think. So that's interesting to think about.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have that much to say on Call of Duty anymore.
Are
Except,
you getting it?
am I? Yeah.
Are you getting it day one or no?
I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not.
I'm gonna wait for a deal. I did
Uh,
that for Modern Warfare. I only had to wait 2 months.
bruh, Modern Warfare. I don't know how. I went through like a deep thought. Like I ran off. Like I was watching videos on like topics that we could talk about.
Yeah.
And I think one of them like got around like I don't know. Somehow like I got to thinking about from Ubisoft to then Modern Warfare. I think it was because I was thinking about the idea of rebooting stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. I know what I was talking about. Did you see the Halo thing?
That it's on.
Unreal Engine 5
Uh,
now?
I did not actually see it,
I only
but
saw the,
I heard
I
about
mean, I saw it. It wasn't a new game or anything. It was just them, like, messing around
it. That's
with,
what I heard, right?
yeah, it was
What
just
is it?
them
Halo
messing
5 they
around.
used?
Um, I mean, it looked all, I mean, the textures looked alright. I just think, I mean, you know,
Wait, Unreal Engine. Who owns that?
Epic Games.
Okay, that's the Epic Games one. Cause did you ever watch one of those videos of like you seeing what do you call it Fortnite evolve
Yeah.
with like with how it looks now and the things you can do? It's pretty insane. I mean, Fortnite is just a sandbox at the end of the day,
Yeah.
which is
Um,
it's its own Gmod to a certain extent,
yeah, now it is, yeah.
which I find just interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
um,
like, people made zombie maps on there.
yeah, yeah.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Which I did watch those. They're just funny to me. The fact that people can like recreate zombies.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I was like, what? I was like,
Impossible. How can
impossible.
this be? But yeah, I mean,
Did you hear about Ubisoft with
oh, what else?
buyout supposedly?
Wait, what? By Tencent?
There was like, I don't know how true it is though.
Yeah, no, I heard
There's
about this. Yeah, Tencent is making stock moves to, like, buy Ubisoft, yeah. Yup.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't really care at this point. I mean,
Like a
I don't like
multiple.
Tencent, but at this point, like, Ubisoft, we've been talking about Ubisoft for the past 3 weeks.
They're gonna be talked about for the ends of time.
Yeah, I mean, the fallout, I mean, we didn't even think about it. I mean, we were just talking about Assassin's Creed and Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
I mean, if we really reflect, I mean, what do you think about this? I remember, like, at the opening of the last episode, you were, like, kind of doubtful that anything like big would happen with them. How, like,
I truly thought that they would just be fine, but as in like I thought they were
like,
fine
this
after a
downfall
while.
wasn't happening. Like, it was just,
It I thought it was out of proportion compared to how people were reacting. I
yeah.
thought, but you know,
Yeah, well, I mean, if you actually,
now
apparently, like, it's actually,
it's more serious than I thought it would ever be,
yeah. And,
which I'm surprised about, just because like I don't see anything that they're doing that makes it seem like their games are like flat out, like it's not Concord. It's not.
well, okay, well, I think the
I
only
think
reason you think that is because the recent game is, what, Assassin's Creed Shadows and Outlaws? But if we
wait,
really, like,
you're talking
zoom,
about the two games we talk. Oh yeah,
yeah, because, like, that's, like, the most recent one. Like, everyone's talking about Shadows right now, and Shadows isn't exactly in the best of light.
yeah,
And then the previous one is Outlaws. But if we really
yeah,
think about it, if we really zoom out and look at everything, X Defiant also dropped.
yeah. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah,
And X Defiant is actually in its own mess right now. That game is dying. It's literally dying.
it is.
Yup, X Defiant is dying, and if you don't know, X Defiant was I've been hearing about X Defiant since like Black Ops Cold War beta days. So back in
I have never
2020.
played it once. I've never got around to it.
I'm never playing that game. But I'm just saying, like,
But
this game has
anyway,
been like in the making for years.
X Defiant's a shooter, like a.
Yeah, it was
That's a
supposed to
like.
rival Call of Duty, which let's be
Oh,
honest, that shit's never happening. I don't know
that's
what people
a
thought.
that's a funny statement when you think about it.
It is a funny statement, but
The fact that anyone thinks they could even do
I just don't know. I don't get what made them think it could rival Call of Duty. Um,
that. You know what could? Something that is a franchise for 20 years or whatever. So,
yeah, like Halo and Battlefield. But too bad they're like killing themselves on other.
that's what I'm saying. If you want to, go head to head, it's hard to do it with just one game.
Yeah. Um,
You're talking about a franchise here.
X Defiant. X Defiant. But yeah, that game's dying. And then before that game was Skull and Bones.
Did people not like that game?
Well, yeah, no, that game sucked, I heard. Like, nobody even talks about it. I mean, I completely forgot that game came out. Like, if you told, like, I thought the last Ubisoft game that came out before Outlaws was Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Oh, Skull and Bones was after.
Yeah, that game came out,
That's actually crazy.
and that game is a flop. Um, X Defiant came out. That game's free to play, and it's a flop.
Yeah.
Uh, Outlaws came out. That one was subpar, so they considered it a flop. It's okay. It's not bad. It's just okay. But
Yeah.
because it didn't sell explosive numbers. It's a flop to them. And now I guess everything is really hampering on Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I mean I don't know. I just don't know about that. I think
Yeah.
I mean it kind of makes sense now too. I mean they've been just taking losses upon losses on a
Well, I
couple.
mean,
What?
there are other companies that have those type of losses. Either I'm trying to think of a company. I guess Battlefield.
Oh yeah, Battlefield hasn't been the same
It
in a
hasn't.
long
It
time.
does have its player base though,
Yeah,
which I don't know if I mean that matters to an extent, but that doesn't mean that. I mean, you would think the player base should mean that it's the best, but um, uh, I don't know. Ubisoft's in a weird place. That like, and
Ubisoft's
they
in
have
hell
other.
right now.
They also have other IPs they haven't touched in a while of their games, like what was
Splinter
it?
Cell.
Splinter Cell, maybe? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or has that come out recently?
No, it still hasn't come out.
Or
Like
what's
Sam
another?
Fisher is like locked into Rainbow Six for some reason.
Oh, that's weird. What else? Freaking has there been a Tom Clancy game since
Nope.
um
The last one
what
was
was
a
the
flop.
last?
That one was a flop too. The Alien one, the Alien Zombies one.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So the only one, the only Rainbow Six game is Siege.
What was after Wildlands? What was that called?
Breakpoint. That one was a flop.
Oh yeah. And then they
Oh
made
my god,
they made
actually, yeah, a lot of games were flops.
it into a battle royale. I think they made a version for free.
No, I think they were
It was a
going
battle
to.
royale version.
No, they were going to, but
Oh,
then they canceled it.
oh, I swore that came out.
There was a Ghost Recon like battle royale, but no, they
I
canceled
thought
it. You know what else they also canceled? They canceled
I don't
a
know.
Division game,
Oh really?
Heartlands. Yeah, Heartlands.
Oh,
They canceled that too. A lot of things got canceled, so I mean it makes sense now.
that sucks. I mean,
Um,
maybe it probably was for the best, but still, it's like they got a lot of cancels. Yeah.
well, I mean that's a lot of money down the drain for one company.
That is true. But for Tencent of all companies, if that is true,
I think Tencent will probably, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know. I just don't know. Because like
aren't
couple in with all
aren't they
these,
known for they're known for taking in a lot of like company and IP stuff.
yeah, but they're also known for like, I mean, okay, there's also like a negative with Tencent taking over. There's like two
That terrible.
different negatives. You know, like Ubisoft has their own negatives, and obviously Tencent has their own negatives. We're like fighting against, you know, there's no like good thing that comes from Tencent. I mean, we're just trading evils at this point, right?
Yeah,
It's like fight against Tyranids, or you want to fight against Necrons. You know, you want to fight against, Dark Eldar, or you want to fight against Orcs. Uh, you're just trading.
yeah, you want long. Yeah,
Obviously, there's a weird thing with current Ubisoft, and they're not making good games. And the games they do make out, coupled with the stuff that we learned from, the Insider from last week, how,
yeah,
the work culture shifted, and how, like, there's an obvious coat of paint that they give to the games.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's either that or, yeah, Chinese controls, so.
yeah, definitely. It's I don't know, man. It's pretty complicated 'cause I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, I actually do want Shadows to act. Of course, I want it to be a good game, but with all this publicity about it, being just like one of the worst things ever to come out, supposedly.
I don't think it's even going to be a good game.
It doesn't, based on that footage back then, it was,
I
I
mean, it
hope
looks
it's
like the
better.
quality went somewhere else, like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
the quality just isn't there. And that's what, like, a lot of games are lacking now is quality. I mean, especially in the case how, like, they said, like, like, you can make the argument, or, who cares, as long as the game plays good. But at the same time, I mean, they spout that they're very, high attention detail to everything, but then they make all these mistakes. It just, it doesn't sound
It's
as
a lot.
genuine as they're trying to make it.
I mean, it is a lot of mistakes though,
Yeah, it's a lot of mistakes. It's just stupid.
which I'm surprised. Like, why is this company? It's also different parts of the company. Like, you have different like Ubisoft areas.
Yeah.
So that's already like which part of Ubisoft is it? Montreal? Is it is it the company as a whole? That's where I mean, I mean, when you think about it, it's such a big company.
Yeah, don't they have, like, Montreal and,
They
Canada
have
in there?
everywhere. God, it's so many places.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just, I mean, I don't
I
know.
hope for the best for them because I actually want Ubisoft to come out of it like learning or
Oh,
I
actually,
don't want them,
did you hear about that one
fuck.
guy, a guy, like, the financial management dude for Ubisoft went out and was, like, mad at people for, like, actually,
What was he
Ubisoft,
mad about?
let me find it. Let me find it, bro. Let me find that.
I was about to say, I was like, what could you be mad about?
Let's see, Ubisoft statement.
What was the last time you played a Ubisoft game? Or I should say, what was the last time you either bought one?
I bought one.
Yeah, yeah, like actually bought one, not just played but bought.
I think the Division 2.
But yeah, that was quite a bit ago, right?
That was, yeah, I think that was 4 years ago. Oh, no. Actually, no, that was 4 years ago, too. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I think.
Yeah. For Honor's Ubisoft, right?
Yeah.
I wonder what they consider For Honor to be. Like, is this like successful in their eyes? I assume so.
Um,
Based on how many years it has, just like Rambo.
yeah, I guess. Here, let me try to find the damn, 'cause, 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 At this point, man, I hate what they. I don't know. I'm gonna probably go on the opposite end. I'm gonna say it. A part of me kind of wants the company to just crash and burn at this point. At least
Yeah,
something. Because I mean, bro,
and
like the
rise like
games.
the phoenix.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't
Or
know,
come
cause like
back as a totally separate being.
it's like take a look at the stuff they're putting out now compared to the stuff back then. Stuff now
Oh yeah,
sucks.
it's much the same.
I mean, like the visuals of it too. Like John mentioned it too. He said like everything looks like the Ubisoft code paint. Everything is just so you know.
Yeah, it's not good.
They've abandoned the nitty gritty, which a
Yeah, I
lot of
will say
companies do
this:
now.
the last Assassin's Creed I played was Odyssey, and I do think that game is pretty beautiful though.
Yeah, I
Like
like the visuals of that, but I feel like
that's why I'm just like, at least there's that. But I know what you mean though. But besides that, every almost every aspect of their games has been not so good.
yeah, but like even like take a look at the old Rainbow Six and Rainbow Six Siege. Even take a look at the beginning of Rainbow Six Siege, right? There's a complete difference between the Rainbow Six today and Rainbow Six back then. Like take a look at the roster too. Like back then you had like badasses, right? Operators. Now it's like it looks like the Grey's
I
Anatomy
don't. I
cast.
haven't looked. You showed me with the wheelchair thing, and that's
Yeah, it looks like
that's
a
all I
Grey's
need.
Anatomy cast, bro. Like
That's all I need.
it feels like they went down a checklist.
What do we need? DIE?
Diversity. And like here's the thing, like there's nothing wrong with diversity, but like
Why do
this
you think that
diversity feels inauthentic.
why do you think game companies have that?
I think it's a
Like,
quota. I think it's a quota they want to hit now. It's like they obviously hire these DEI companies to make sure they hit it, but like it's just so unnatural. It's just disingenuous.
I never thought of it as a DEI sense. Maybe when you're a big game and you have a lot of people backing it in regards to money and stuff,
I
you have people like investors and
Yeah, I think it's like a checkbox they have to like they have to hire a consulting company in this to make
yeah.
sure like maybe it's just something to cover their own ass.
I do think of it because I truly believe developing wise, that's not what they're thinking. They're just trying to make a game. You know what I mean? Like
I don't
I
know
truly
too. I
believe.
mean, at this point, sometimes I believe it's also the developers, or at least like the people they hired to work on these things. Because like you also heard
Oh,
from
okay.
the leaks from last week.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean.
How like it's just the culture is just weird.
Oh, it's definitely weird, alright. I just don't get the push. I know, like, why is gaming like, why would that be a thought as your main thought? I'm not saying it shouldn't be a thought. I'm saying, but that shouldn't be like when you're making a game, it's like it better have this or the game is not good. It can't be good. It can't. You're making it wrong. I'm like, what? What?
Here, I
Like,
think I found the statement. Hang on.
it's just crazy.
Oh, okay, here. So this one guy, I rarely post on social media, but today I am sad. Shamed and sad. The gaming industry is rough at the moment, and we all know it.
That, that's the funniest line I ever heard. I
Yeah,
barely go
I
on
rarely
any
post on social media. Okay, dude.
made up sad, but today,
He was the monetization director at Ubisoft.
oh wow.
So this guy is the guy charging us for $20 stuff in, or $40 stuff in X Defiant. The gaming industry is rough at the moment, we all know it, but seeing how gamers react on social medias, wishing ill fate to companies and people alike is sad, and not only towards Ubisoft. Even though it is always the vocal minority that express themselves on social media, I was hurt and ashamed to be part of this community. What is even more revolting is coming on LinkedIn and seeing the same comments from people within the industry. On top of exposing yourself as a clearly non-decent human being, You are affecting thousands of employees that are already impacted by all the hate despite doing their best to deliver incredible experiences. How can you wish a company to fail simply because they do not cater to you or that the product does not please you is beyond me. Well, I think you're an
Isn't it?
idiot.
But we want, yeah, they don't get it, like it's not just one game and therefore the whole company should shut down.
This was a series of things. And to be honest, like this guy works at, like, you're a businessman. I can't believe a consumer has to remind you this. Usually it's the other way around, right?
Yeah,
Like, really, how can you wish a company to fail simply because they do not cater to you? Well, because I'm the customer and your products suck and don't
yeah, like,
hold
it's
up.
customer first.
Yeah, like your
You're in
stuff
a business
sucks.
where the customer is the customer first.
You exist because of us, the customer. And if we don't like your products, we're not gonna buy it. We're not, we don't owe you our money.
It's like that dev who said these gamers don't understand, game development.
That's not our problem. Like, yeah, they don't.
Not what
Okay,
we're saying we don't like it. Therefore, no matter how well developed you think it is, something's wrong. So,
exactly. Like, I mean, I don't care. Like, it sounds mean and it sounds like,
but
insensitive, but that's the truth. That's not my. I don't have any
if
obligations. You
if
don't
your
owe my.
customer
You know, I don't owe
doesn't
you my
like the
money.
product, if they don't like the product, and it's a mass amount of people saying it, therefore the product must have a problem.
I mean, exactly, and like you, and also he also like mentions this is a vocal minority. It could be, it could
What?
not be, but at this point, I don't even know if it's a minority at this point because it was big enough to stop them, to delay the game, and I mean, this is just people in general now. I mean, like I don't think any like I think a majority of people out there aren't really that excited for games coming out. Um,
Oh, not at all. Not even close.
like this guy's just a clown. Look, we are all on the same boat. Please, please, please stop spreading hate. We should all uplift each other instead of bringing each other down. I think this oozes the toxic positivity that,
Don't get me wrong. I bet there is people though that do say some crazy stuff, but
oh yeah,
that's
of
not the
course.
majority.
But
Like
really
the people
to
when this person's talking, he's talking about people that aren't saying that. They're just they're rightfully complaining about something that's wrong.
exactly, and like he like, this is just stupid. This man is an idiot, respectfully, in my opinion.
Respectfully, respectfully, you're a dummy.
Respectfully, you're wrong. I mean, like,
You.
what else do you expect? When you think to release a game, everyone should just give you $60 and call it a day? No, man. We don't like the game. We're not gonna buy it. And we're gonna tell you we don't like it. So next time you can do better. But I mean, if you want to be stubborn and keep going the way you go, I mean, this is not how you do business. This is not how you run a company. This is not how you make things in general. I mean, like,
Yeah, but it's funny how a lot of these people in the gaming industry think that what do you call, like, that it, like, the problem that they see don't it does not correlate to what we're talking about.
yeah, exactly. It's like they feel like they're entitled to our money.
Yeah, that's definitely how they approach. It's like, but what's funny? That somehow always brings it back to Warframe in my head because I see all these amazing Warframe videos, like documentation about Warframe and how they get it right.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only development, like, they bring up the point, like this that famous documentary about like a couple months ago or a year ago, how like what other development team, um, what do you call it, plays with their fan base on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Like what other?
I feel
It's
like
the and it's not just the development team. It's the CEO as well that talks
yeah.
every week. Joins the talk and talks for 15 minutes.
Yeah, like these I don't know,
By the
man.
way, talk about Warframe. I think of them as if they are AAA just because of how big it is behind the scenes, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, the size of the team must be big. I'm assuming. After all, they have their own convention for God's sake.
Yeah.
But they are so big, and they are so big, like big as a AAA almost, and yet they're free. You know how amazing that's really a Guinness World Record of some kind. By the way, speaking of Warframe, uh, I don't know if you got on within the last week or two just to get the free Warframe, unless you got Caliban for free.
Oh yeah, I already got Caliban.
Okay, I got it for free. I haven't touched it yet, but I was like, free Warframe. I was like, hell yeah, I'm here.
You never do something like that.
You're like, what is this free? What is this?
What is this free? What is this?
What is free?
I don't know. I mean,
what is this thing called freedom?
oh yeah, I just hope they crash a bird. I don't really care. I'm gonna say it. I'm pretty evil.
I mean, I'll be sad because I'm still an Assassin's Creed fan. I know it's not the same as it was, but I'd be sad to see the end of Assassin's Creed.
Man, none of the games are like they were before either. Like, I'm
Hear
telling you right now,
remarks
like,
about-
isn't like a,
There's been remarks about how AC4 might get like a remake or a remaster.
I do not want a remake. A remaster sounds better.
Or it was one of those things, but
They could not remake it.
no.
What about, I heard they're gonna actually remake, Splinter Cell for a modern
I heard-
audience,
Haven't
unfortunately.
that been around for like years, I heard, right?
Yeah, and I heard the writers, oh man, I don't know. I just don't know about
And
this.
like, what would you call it? Development hell.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't come out. I'm gonna be honest. I hope it doesn't. I just don't trust them with it anymore. I just don't trust it because like every single game that like look at X Defiant. That thing is
Yeah.
oh my god. What is the theming here, bro?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's just all over the place. It literally looks like my problem with X Defiant and like it's the same thing with Rainbow Six. It's just all over the place.
Oh yeah, it's I haven't played Rainbow in a long time, so only you can really talk about it.
Bruh, there was only one cool character recently, and he's cool because he wants to kill everyone in Rainbow.
Oh, so
And he's also like a member. He was an old member of Rainbow Six. So
wouldn't that just be like us complaining? Like
yeah, actually that was the joke. Yeah, that's literally the joke. Everyone said, "Yo, I think that the writers or the devs are becoming self-aware." They literally added like literally the epitome of the community in the game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I mean that's the only cool guy. But I mean in the end he like I don't even know. I don't know. I mean they introduced him. He was supposed to be like the big villain, but you can play as him now. And yeah, I mean right after that they added in.
That seems interesting though.
He's the only cool character they added.
Damn,
And now they added in the wheelchair dual robot lady.
that is so dumb.
That is the stupidest thing.
Why is she going in the houses?
Well, it's not even her. You're playing as two robots
I
and you
know.
switch between. At this
Why would
point, why
you
don't you
do-
just send in all the robots? Like,
It might as well just be a robot character. Make an android.
no, I don't even want. Like, this is straight so far. This is too far, bro. This is too far.
This is too far. I can't handle it.
I literally cannot handle it. It's too stupid, man. What is this? What is it?
It's not the good.
What is this?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
Oh,
even
yeah,
like the
that's right.
theming and all the games, like the games back then were nitty gritty and like they were cool, right? It was cool, it was badass. Now it's like,
what would you say is the best time period of like the games for us?
for games in general, for Ubisoft.
Games in general. Like every game
Oh.
was like a hit, one after another from every company.
I'd say like anywhere before 2015, probably.
Oh really?
I think. What came out in 2015 and post 2015?
Black Ops 3.
Damn, Black Ops 3 was like the last. Black Ops 3 was a win for zombies, but
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I'd say like the golden era was probably prior to 2015. I'd say probably maybe even prior to 2014.
I would say from 2008 to 2015.
To 20 what?
2015 is probably the last year.
Probably. But at the same time, we also got like the rise of loot boxes around that era.
That is true.
So I mean, I don't know. The rise of the loot box.
The rise of
I just can't believe it.
they would definitely make a movie about that.
The rise of the loot. Remember when like, bro, then like the Star Wars Battlefront thing?
Oh yeah, the worst of the worst, yeah.
That was just terrible.
Yeah, that might have been the worst thing ever. That
Oh,
probably is the worst that ever happened. Looking back, yeah, actually, that probably is.
bro, you had to open loot boxes to upgrade characters. Like it
What
was
the
some
hell?
sort of mobile game.
Yeah, I think, yeah, they want to be a mobile game. All these people want to be mobile. You know why? It's probably because, you got full AAA games now on mobile with the iPhones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Therefore, they're like, we can use mobile concepts with AAA games.
I just hate him, bro. I just hate him.
Oh, yeah.
What else do we got?
I haven't seen Joker 2, and I'm not planning on it, so...
Really? Whoa.
Yeah, well then again, I haven't seen that Harley Quinn movie either, that Birds of Prey, because it's an abomination, from what I've seen clips of.
Really? You think, wow. You think it's an abomination?
No, that Harley Quinn movie was truly, like, I haven't seen it, but from what I've seen what they did with the characters, they took character names from the comics, put them together, but they are not the same characters.
Oh.
Which is just sad.
What do you mean? Like, it's not, it's just...
Like, it's called, like, Birds of Prey, that movie, and the Birds of Prey has, like, it's a female cast of characters, but they brought them in, but they're nothing like the actual characters in the comics.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's
Not accurate to the comic?
not even close. Like, these
You
characters
think it's
aren't
still
even-
good, though?
What?
Do you think it's still good, though?
I'm just not a big fan of on-screen Harley Quinn, so that already makes me not like it as much.
I see.
Like, Margot Robbie's okay, but like, it's not what I want. Like, I liked her in James Gunn's Suicide Squad, mostly because he's just a good writer,
Uh-huh.
and that movie was fun. But beyond that, nah.
What about, what's
But
it
yeah,
called?
Joker 2, I'm not
Yeah.
seeing because, like many other people who did see it and then also said the same thing. But
Oh yeah, I
haven't
saw
seen
like
it.
what like Dalek JD, like he gave his like
You did?
he even like yeah he gave his own opinion on it. It was like, I'm gonna go watch it, guys. I'll let you know what I think. And he straight up said, yeah, this movie just sucks. Don't watch it.
Yeah, because it's not that hard to realize.
But is it really that okay? I'm gonna take a stance that you'll probably I'm gonna take a stance that other people took a long time ago. Okay.
What was the stance? 'Cause I'm surprised.
Is it really that bad?
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty crappy stance.
Is it really that bad? Is this just overblown hate?
I'll say this. The reason I'm not watching it is because, one, when the first one came out, I said, oh yeah, I love this movie, and the ending was a good ending. I said from day one, I was like, I don't need another one. Like, I don't care what happens from here. Like, I don't need a universe where there's a sequel.
Uh-huh.
And from my understanding of what people have reviewed it, I haven't really heard the spoilers, but I've heard that it's not a progression of that movie. Like, it's all about what really just happened in that first movie, and that's it. Like it's about him going, like, being in jail or going to jail and trying to get out of it or some crazy nonsense.
Really?
And
Wait,
and I
so it
heard
doesn't
that
progress that movie? So what is it?
it's like a regression.
It's a regression?
Not even a regret. It's like halted in place because of um what would you say, freaking. Well, I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard,
I
like,
haven't seen it
they
either.
don't go anywhere with it.
They don't
Like,
go
nothing,
anywhere
like,
with it?
yeah, it stays, like, it just stays within, like, what happened in the first one, and that's all they talk about. It's like a review. It's like
What?
I,
Is
that's
it
what
really
I've heard.
that bad though? I mean, maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe if
I
you
mean,
watch it,
yeah,
you'll like it.
I, well, that's the thing, like, it could easily be I could like it, but I'm just not watching it just because I truly did not want to watch another one. That's the first time where I watched a movie and really thought to myself, like, I don't need a sequel. And I
I don't
couldn't
know.
care if it.
So, I mean, it's just
That's just how
personal, like,
I feel.
you just didn't really care for a sequel?
Yeah, it's the one time where a movie in my head, I'm like, I don't need a sequel to, like, I don't need to enjoy more. Like, I'm okay with just that one, and that's it.
Is it because you don't want it to, like, ruin your views of the first one, or, like...
No, because I just don't see, like, what they intend to, like, ponder in that universe. Like, I'm like, it ended, and I was like, this is fine as a one-time movie. Like, I don't need anything more.
This is pretty interesting, because this is very unlike you when you watch other things.
Usually I'm like, give me everything, give me more.
Yeah, usually you don't really feel strongly about anything. Like,
No, that's the one time where I think of it as it's a standalone movie in my head, and I was like, perfect, it was a good movie. And then when they said it was a second, I was like, but why?
well, what's the harm in watching this?
It's not that there's a harm, it's just I don't feel like, I've got my enjoyment of watching that one movie as a standalone in my head. The fact that there's a sequel, I'm like, but what are you gonna, like, do in a sequel? Like, I'm good with like, I don't see the purpose.
Well, you can see what they do in the sequel by watching it.
Which, look, here's the thing. If I watch it and I change my mind, like, I will be actually surprised because, like, especially since it's, like, partially a musical.
Yeah, I also
that really
heard
throws
about
me
that.
off.
It is a musical.
Yeah, so, like, that throws me off immediately. I'm sorry, all you musical lovers. Like, I watched The Flash, and they had musicals here and there. And they're the worst episodes. Because they're musicals. The good thing is, the people who were singing actually knew how to sing, though. So,
But this one's got Lady Gaga.
yeah, that's not part of the God. The only way to move sing was to being a Harley when they were both off. I don't think that she's really cool with Harley Quinn. She go like a different name, right?
It's Lee Quinn. Right? I'm serious. Isn't her name Lee Quinn?
I don't even think there's Quinn or a Quinzel. Her name is Harleen Quinzel.
I thought her name was literally Lee Quinn.
If that is the case in the movie, that's even dumb. I mean, like, what the hell?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
if it goes on streaming, which it probably will, maybe I'll watch it. But I'll have no plans of watching in the theater. Definitely.
damn, no plans at all.
Yeah, no plans.
This is so unlike you.
Well, after all, I never watched Birds of Prey, and I never watched.
Damn, I should have
except
brought up Birds of Prey when you were talking about. Wait, you saw Madam Web?
Yes. That was more of a hanging out with a friend enjoyment.
Oh, but you weren't watching it yet.
No, God.
I don't know, man. It could be good.
I'm such
I
an
think this
idiot,
movie's
though,
just
because in
getting
my
too
head,
much
I was
hate.
like, And I'm gonna be honest, when I heard Madam Web, I'm like, well, how bad can it be? The worst question I ever asked myself. The worst question.
Bro, I think you guys are just over. I think this movie is being overhated.
Did you ever watch Madam Web?
Hell no.
my my point. My
Hell no. But I mean, I don't watch things in general, so
that is true. You are an outlier. You
I just
are-
don't watch. I just don't watch. I mean, okay, well, I mean, alright, I'll drop the stupid act. I mean, what I heard, okay, I don't feel as strongly about the movie as you, ironically. I'm gonna play, actually, I know I said I'll drop this charade, but I legitimately mean, I mean, I saw Joker, I mean, it was pretty interesting, I liked it, but it's not, like, one of my top favorite movies. So, I mean, I don't feel as strongly about this.
I don't. By the way, I don't think Joker is like a top 10 movie. It's just more like I enjoyed it, but in my head, I'm like I just enjoy it as a standalone. Like I don't see any sequel potential.
I mean, but there's a sequel.
Yeah, but because anyone can make a sequel.
Yeah, but what's the harm in watching it, man? You should watch it.
The harm of making one is because did you hear that?
Yeah, we'll get into it.
It wasn't even the director who wanted a sequel.
Okay, well, okay, so I mean, okay, so here's the thing, like,
Like Joaquin had an idea, and I was like, I guess we can do.
but Joaquin, wait, isn't the thing about Joaquin is he normally doesn't even do sequels? He never does, like, he never goes back to.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, look, the only movies I ever liked Joaquin Phoenix in was,
Gladiator.
I never watched Gladiator.
I can't believe you. What the fuck?
I liked him in, Signs. That was good.
I didn't even notice him in Signs.
He's literally the older brother.
You should watch, Gladiator.
He's the one where, he's in that famous scene in the movie where they find out about what the aliens look like when he's on the TV, and they're like, and it's like a Spanish, like...
Oh, never mind. That movie, no, okay, I know. And then he's like, horrified.
Yeah.
Alright, no, I was thinking about another movie.
I don't know, because Signs is an M. Night Shyamalan movie. So,
Never mind. I should watch that one. I never seen that one. I always saw that clip.
Signs, I just it. I was like, this is a cult class. I'm like, this is...
And he's just horrified.
Yeah, that was one of the best acting I've ever seen. That man was...
It's just funny to me.
Oh, yeah, he freaked out like a crazy person. Well, just the fact that there's aliens...
Yeah, okay, I remember everyone said when they saw that scene they were pretty scared.
Yeah, because you didn't see anything until then. That's the first time you see anything was in a TV monitor. Like, that's horrifying.
Yeah, okay, I get it. But
Yeah,
I mean, okay, from what I understand is that I'm getting this impression that the second movie kind of like, in a way, contradicts the first one.
I guess you could say that as well.
Like, it seems like...
Because the first one literally... Okay, yes, the first one ends with him running away out of the hospital with blood. But that doesn't automatically assume in my head that...
I completely forgot about that. Holy shit, you're right.
But that's just a fun, like, oh, the Joker lives on, like that type of feeling.
But then, like, in the second movie, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like from what I'm hearing people say and everything, it just sounds like the second movie not only contradicts the first movie, but it's like actively trying to like tear down the achievements of the first one. At least that's what people are making it seem like to me.
Well, the sad thing is I won't know until I actually do watch it.
And
This
then,
might be a case of me watching it for the podcast, but I'm not going out and spending money, like $30.
damn. I mean, I can tell you this. I know about the ending. I know what happens.
I heard there's supposedly an after credits scene.
I know what happens in the movie. I don't know everything that happens, but I know this very particular part.
The fact that there is even an after credit scene in a Elseworlds movie is insane.
Actually, wow, I completely forgot about the after credit of the first movie. Now that you bring that up, like that's kind of... Huh.
Was that even an after credit?
No, it was just at the end. He was just talking to the therapist.
Yeah, he talks in with like the song playing or something like that. He runs, yeah, with blood. Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it sounds like another part of me feels like it low key sound because you know the crowd that the movie attracted back then, right?
Yeah, society. Yeah.
Yeah, we live in a society. Okay, I low key
You don't
feel
understand.
like,
That was a joke. That was a joke in high school. Like every day of my class,
oh yeah, we live in a
everyone's like, "Hey,
society.
they're like, yo, say it again." They were like, "I'm the guy." I'm like, "Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for making me think I'm."
But I feel like I low key feel like the guy made a movie, but then he didn't expect the crowd that it would garner,
No. Well, by the
and
way, the movie is barely a DC movie. It's just a
yeah,
movie he made that happens to have like
the
it be a
Joker
Joker.
and like
That's
Batman
all.
and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. By the way, that does not need to be added. It does not add to the movie in any way, shape, or form. You
I
know,
think it's because like no one was gonna watch this if it wasn't a Joker movie.
they would have because the director is a famous director.
Yeah, but they wouldn't watch it. Okay, so if this movie wasn't called The Joker and it was called like I don't know, The
The sad
Clown,
clown.
you know, The Clown or something. It's just about a man with mental illness. I don't think it would have gotten as much of a crowd pool as
That's
maybe around
true.
The
And
Joker.
they always like they changed his name, which I mean I don't really mind because he doesn't have a definitive past either. So
Yeah, but but again, like, I think we only think about that retrospectively because we've already seen the product. But I think like if we heard about this movie coming out, I don't think anyone would watch it, or at least people
okay,
not
sure.
on the same level as they do now, right? Like
Yeah.
this
If
would just
you're
be
a
like another
fan,
movie out there. Like for example, like a movie.
yeah. If uh, if you're a fan of the what are those movies that Todd Howard made? Or not Todd Howard. Oh my God, I forgot the Hangover movies. If you're a fan of those, then here's the new movie.
I didn't even know he made those movies.
Yeah, the same director,
That's crazy.
which is insane.
But I mean, again, like I don't think it would garner as much attention if it
I
wasn't
mean, you're
a
probably
Joker
right.
movie.
Look, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't like when it comes to these movies. It's not that like when I'm talking about it, maybe it does seem like I care a crazy amount. It's just more of my opinion was just that I see Joker as a standalone movie and that's it. That's why I don't really care for watching a second one. That's all.
Yeah, but like,
Like
what's
if I
stopping
watched
you
it and
from
enjoyed it,
watching like any other show? That's like this hasn't stopped you from watching anything else.
no. But this is only stopping me one because I'm broke, and two, um, I also just don't have any feeling towards this movie. Like when I saw the trailer, like this movie on its own, besides the things I said, like I just don't feel like watching it. I mean, it doesn't look good.
But then you still felt like watching other stuff though. That hasn't stopped you from watching other things in the past.
Well, like recently, the things I've watched is mostly I do it out of I bring it up on the podcast,
Yeah, but like
but
you've also
beforehand,
said in the past that you'll watch something just to watch it.
I usually do, but
Like I
lately
remember you were like, maybe I should watch The Last of Us. I'm like, don't watch it unless you play the games.
I don't know why I said that because
Oh my god.
I I had no plans of watching it or any of these shows because I don't. At the end of the day, I have a hard time watching anything new. It's so hard for me to start anything.
That sounds like me.
Yeah, well, by myself. That's why, like, I have an easier time enjoying something if it's with other people. Because it's easier to get into if they want to get into it. But, like, for instance, I mostly, like, my main form of media is mostly anime. I don't know why, I just have an easier time getting into stuff that quicker. But, when it comes to movies and, like, live action shows, like, I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
But actually, the only thing I'm watching live action is Superman and Lois, because the final season of that show. And I was, like, super into it. It's one of my favorite Superman depictions ever.
I don't know. I don't really care
Well,
about Superman.
not ever. It's my favorite depiction in regards to in the last 20 years. Because my favorite is still, Superman 78. That's still the best.
Really?
Christopher Reeves. Christopher Reeves is the embodiment of Superman. That guy was like made for it.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I actually think. You ever watched the original?
No, I don't care anything about Superman.
Hey, you really should. It's a fantastic movie.
I'm afraid I just don't care.
Gotcha.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting. So you think you will probably never get around to watching the Joker 2?
Yeah. But it's not like a vehemently hate or anything. It's just I truly don't see anything about it that I want to watch out of it.
I
It doesn't mean
I
I won't
don't get
ever
how you
watch
can
it.
hate it because you haven't seen it, nor have we.
Well, I didn't say it. I don't see, based on the trailer and everything, I don't see anything about it that I want to watch.
Oh,
I also don't care about that universe anymore. Like, I watched that first movie, I loved it, but nothing about me anymore wants to watch a second. I don't know, things have changed in the last couple years, the way I watch movies. Slightly. When it comes to movies.
I don't know.
Me. But then again, you don't watch a lot either, so.
No.
But that's a different reason.
Wait, wasn't there like a thing too how
What?
what's it called? They found out like Todd Phillips absolutely refused to work with like the DC EU guy.
Yeah.
The DC
Probably won't ever
Universe
work for
guys.
DC. He's not even a DC fan, probably. And yet, he made a Joker movie, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, why make the Joker movie?
I don't know. So why do you think he made the second one? You think it's because WB wanted him to, or
The first one made $1 billion.
so that's why he made it?
It would be so
Apparently
stupid
this
not to
one
make
is making less than Morbius.
Yeah. Which, okay, I wasn't going to see that coming. That's crazy, but...
Right? Apparently this is making less than
Maybe.
Morbius? This is a flop.
Maybe... That's pretty sad, actually.
This movie is a flop.
The funny thing about Morbius is that it became like a cult... It's not even a cult classic because people actually don't like that movie, but... Like, it's a cult classic. Like, if a movie's crap, but you're able to enjoy it for its crap, it's crap. That's one thing, but... This movie is outright, bad, I guess.
It made 37 million, which is lower than the Marvels and Morbius.
Damn. Which is... I actually like the Marvels.
Ew.
Okay, man. Calm down.
Ew.
You don't have to say ill.
Ew. Gross.
It was a fun movie. I mean, they butchered,
Ew.
Samuel Jackson, but, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
opening lower than Morbius in the Marvels. They beat out Madam Web and Morbius to make some,
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah,
this
movies
movie...
are a really interesting place, to be honest.
Yeah, they just opened lower in opening with 37 million.
Wow.
This is a flop.
That is a horrible flop when the first one made so much. That's crazy it flopped that hard. Man, to flop that hard though is insane. I'm just thinking of that. Plus, I don't think anyone was really raving over this movie. When I think back. Like, people were skeptical, they were, they didn't know what to think. Once they heard, like, the musical aspect, they were like, what?
Everyone's talking about how, what?
The fact that it's a musical and all that stuff.
Is it really that a bit much of a musical?
There's a lot of musical aspects to
So
it.
the entire movie, it's not just like a small aspect of it. It's just like the entire movie's
The
a
they have
musical.
Lady Gaga. Thank God, what the other guy can sing. Uh, Freaking uh, the main actor. Whatever his name is.
Joaquin.
Yeah, he can sing. After all, he did that. He did the Johnny Cash movie. He sang.
Wasn't he also Napoleon?
Yeah, which I heard flopped.
That one also flopped? Jesus.
Yeah.
I was gonna watch it, but I completely forgot. Like, I heard it was like, man, it actually looked cool though.
Well, I bet it could have been.
It looked cool, but apparently I heard it wasn't as cool.
It looked cool, but it wasn't as cool.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be
I
like,
heard.
you know, we go to war, boys, and then it's like melodramatic.
Yeah, because I heard it just wasn't like what that.
Wait, what was it about?
Well, it was about Napoleon, his story, but like
It's not
the
as
movie
exciting?
itself, really, it just was not as exciting.
And, oh man, that sucks.
Which I actually felt sad about.
Yeah, I mean, I heard everyone just say go watch this other Napoleon movie, which is more accurate and better.
Maybe I think it was the accuracy about it. I could be wrong.
I mean, if it's like accurate like 300, then I mean, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Spartans!
If it was 300 level, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if it's that kind of accuracy, then I don't mind, but... Maybe it just sucked then, I don't know.
I don't know if, I don't even know what other movies are coming out this year.
I don't know, man, I'm not much of a movie guy.
Venom 3
Oh yeah, that's the only movie I care about.
is, I don't know which month now. I think it's October still.
Really? It's this month?
I think it's the end of the month. I could be wrong. I mean, I definitely could be. I don't remember.
You, damn, I forgot what I was gonna bring up. I forgot what I was gonna bring up, damn it.
Oh yeah, me and my dad, he was looking through my Pokemon cards. I had no idea, and he said he found some that could be worth quite a pretty penny.
Ouch.
Which I was like, I guess they're worth selling, which I felt sad.
That's depressing.
I had like 500 Pokemon cards.
Damn, you're gonna sell that?
No, not the whole thing, just for the sake of having some money, we might have to sell some of them. That could be worth at least over $100.
That is so fucked.
Like a Reshiram or a
Oh my god.
or a reverse hollow, one of those, or I have Yu-Gi-Oh cards I'm willing to sell because we found those.
Because you lost to me and you're just depressed.
I didn't own Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. These cards,
You're just
we
depressed
just
now.
got them. You don't have to be like that.
Your defeat was so stunning that you just quit.
Quit. That would be really sad if that was the case.
I get it, man. I get it. My blue eyes white dragon destroyed your Stardust. Turned you into Stardust.
That is not what happened.
It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay.
Do you think, today's Wednesday, I'm trying to think,
You think what? You think the Eagles will win the Super Bowl? Hell yeah, I always believe in that.
with, the Destiny pod, if we could even make one this week?
I don't think so, because... I mean, apparently now Vlad is doing it on Thursday.
I think I heard that.
And
We have to do it
I don't
early.
know
We don't have
where...
to do
it
it.
depends. If John doesn't get on Saturday, then we can do it on Saturday, because Vlad said that I think Vlad is still good Saturday.
Oh,
But
okay.
that would mean John isn't getting on. If John gets on, then I guess it's a second
He,
session of Origins or something.
yeah, he probably will get on, to be honest. Um, I forgot if there was something else to talk about. There hasn't been any more Sony or Microsoft news within the last week,
Oh wait, did you hear
which is
how Little Big Planet is basically shutting down?
I didn't even realize it was
Or like you
server.
can't, they're gonna remove it from the PlayStation Store so you can't even buy it anymore. Because like
Why
hackers
do
took
that?
over.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, it's pretty depressing, you know. Sackboy is no longer the face of PlayStation. It's been
You're saying
replaced by
because
Astro
hackers took
Boy
over,
or
all they
Astrobot.
could do is just get rid of the game?
Yeah, like it's just so dumb. Like instead of like stopping the hackers, they decided to just pull the game.
That is dumb. They're like, no one's playing this.
It's so depressing.
I it, I think it's depressing for any game to get taken away.
Yeah, even the bad ones. I mean, that's just a rare. I mean, that's why like everyone's like saying, you know, physical media, physical media.
Yeah, well, sadly, I do not have storage space.
At this point, I feel like Sony needs to be taken down. Like I wish Xbox came back and like beat the shit out of them, but
They're going in a totally different direction.
they're like killing themselves. They're too busy killing themselves, bro.
Like, what is even a console? What is the point? What is the...
What is Xbox anymore?
Wait, you're asking those questions now?
It's just so
By the way,
dumb.
doesn't you know what's funny? Doesn't who's the guy in charge of Xbox right now?
Phil
What's his name?
Spencer?
Yeah, doesn't he go around like on like a campaign and just saying like, "Oh, I'm sorry for this, sorry for that."
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you saying sorry? Do something about
Bro, do
it. Like,
something for real, for real. Like he's
he
just
just said sorry. He
I don't know
just,
what the hell he's doing. What's he doing?
he said, "Yeah, sorry about not having no games." I'm like, but you do. You have games.
Just use them.
Yeah, yeah. Stop destroying games like EA does. Stop, getting rid of IPs and companies.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, I hope they get
They destroy
things
themselves from
together,
the
but
inside out.
I
It's
don't
insane
know.
what they do. Man. If Sony does, like, they need, like, a rebirth.
A rebirth? Nah, they need to be killed. They need to be killed at this point. The competition needs to beat them to death, bro. That's what I'm saying. They're turning into Apple now, man.
Yeah, which is really bad.
Oh, have you heard about this? The dead internet theory?
It sounds familiar. What about it?
Well, uh, it's the idea that it's a conspiracy theory, or at least it was. Um, it was a conspiracy theory, I think, that started in 2004, how people thought that what if the internet, everything we see on the internet, like all the articles and the people like in the comment section and like, you know, this online discourse that is people talking on the internet,
Yeah.
what if it's not actually people but just ones and zeros, like generated content?
Oh, that would be interesting.
So like all the comments you see in the comment section aren't even people, but they're like bots. They're like bots and generated. What if all the conversations on Twitter is just bots and generated, or you know, generated ones and zeros? So that was the theory, and the theory was that like if that was the case and we weren't aware, then you know the internet could be used to sway and basically control what people think about, like it would change context, right? So for example, if
Yeah.
everyone says this movie sucks, you would, you know, you might have a personal opinion, but overall you might also, you know, there's a good chance that people are going to say, yeah, this movie in general sucks, even if they haven't seen it, right? Um, or like in certain situations, you know, like if a certain scenario sounds bad and most people say it's bad, then, you know, you would probably assume that it's also bad because you've heard other, the chances of people doing that are much more higher, right? So the
Yeah.
idea is, if this is true, if the dead internet theory is true, and that these aren't like people at all, but rather just ones and zeros, then this has been just a giant like uh like mind experiment, right? Like they basically a mind control experiment. Like they just changed the context to make sure people follow a certain agenda or
I mean, that
whatever.
would be.
Well, I mean, the thing why this came up is now the idea of that it was a conspiracy back then, but now, if you haven't noticed, there's a bit of a bot problem on various
Yeah.
social medias now,
Yeah.
and although it's not to the extent that everything is a bot, a good, it's slowly becoming, the dead internet theory may one day, it's actually already a reality, but it's not to the reality that people thought in 2004, it's not to the conspiracy, but it is growing because there are more and more bots coming out every single day, and they're getting more sophisticated to the point that, you can't really tell. Sometimes, like if you're really like behind on the times, you can't tell the difference between a bot and like a legitimate person, right? I know like Facebook has this problem, and I think a year back or so, like people were discovering like these large bot networks,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
what's it called, Upper Echelon, the guy who I sent you the videos from Assassin's Creed Shadow,
Yeah.
he found out that in particular, there's probably also a red bot network out there, but there's a blue bot network in which that it works for the Democratic Party, and it like
Oh well.
what it does is like or it doesn't work for them, but like it promotes a lot of democratic policies, and what it does is like it goes on it runs like a bunch of these dead accounts, these dead or like newly made Facebook accounts, and then they fake a conversation,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh yeah, I think I'm definitely voting for this person. What about you? And they're all talking like, they're trying to simulate a regular conversation. And the point is like, if a regular person saw that, they'd think, oh, regular people talking about voting. But really, it's just a bunch of
Yeah.
bots.
I mean, hey, look at the comment section.
Yeah, like right now, there's entire bot networks out there. So I mean, it's becoming real. And I think everyone then points to this one game, Metal Gear Solid 2?
I mean, I don't know everything about it, but
Do
yeah.
do you know about this one video called The Most Profound Moment in Gaming in History?
No.
There's this secret cutscene in Metal Gear Solid 2, and it goes for like 5 or 7. You should listen to it, but because it's pretty interesting. And it's basically, the context of it is that the AI, there's like, Raiden like thought he stopped AI from being born or something, but then the AI like took control and like pretended it was the Colonel, and was like, what's it called? Like, they're going to, basically, he was like asking, like, I think the AI was trying to take over the internet or something, like they were trying to take control and change, like the narrative of the internet. And like Raiden was like, why are you trying to suppress free speech? And then they're like, we're not trying to, like, what's it called? What they're trying to do is provide context and to lead the human race. Basically, they're trying to control the internet, and by controlling the internet, they can then focus the human race towards a certain direction via changing
Yeah.
context. And that's literally like the entire, like, the entire point of the dead internet theory. How, it could be, the entire point is like, this is from Metal Gear Solid 2, which is a game that came out in like what, like the 90s or early 2000s?
Yeah.
Like during the pioneer age of the internet,
Yeah.
way before AI or bots were and like they were already talking about this stuff, this idea. and now we're literally in the day zero of it actually happening.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I hate
But
you
thankfully,
so much.
thankfully it's a theory.
What are you talking? It's not a theory.
No, I meant the other stuff, the dead thing, internet.
It's becoming real.
Well, I don't know how real that is though.
It. What do you mean how real?
Well, the fact that
it's not yet. It's not to the point where everything, but it can get to that point now.
Oh yeah, okay, that aspect that is true.
Think about it. There's what? Okay, there's bots out there. You know how many bots are out there? Why would they keep generating bots? And soon the internet is just filled with more bots than there are humans.
Okay, yeah, I understand that.
Cyberspace is a lot bigger than physical space. All right, it's hard to imagine like.
I thought you meant people. It was already happened. Like.
I mean, yeah, it's already happening. Like the seeds are already. There's like entire bot networks out there. It's like trying to like create false information on like false conversations on Facebook. But imagine it gets to the point where, because this is just bots, anyone can make bots and just, these are bot networks. Like there's huge mass, like 300 plus accounts. These are giant like hive minds of bots. Now imagine like 10 years down the road, how many bots do you think are going to be on the internet?
Oh yeah, it'll just be covered.
Exactly. Like it will get to a point where there are more bots than there are actual humans on the internet. And then that's when the dead internet theory becomes absolutely true. It's already happening right now.
Yeah.
I hate you so much. Maybe you're a bot.
I'm not a bot.
Maybe you're a bot. Yeah. What? I'm telling you, the internet's gonna get taken over by AI and bots as artificial conversations, the flow of information, the World Wide Web. You know, this giant internet space is going to be taken over by fake ones and zeros, and the control of information will literally no longer be up to us. We're already like swindling each other with mass information, right? There's too much information, and now it's going to be taken over by bots. Yeah. Bro, I'll tell you, the internet's going to get taken over, and you're like, yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, yeah.
Bro, we're
I'm not going to fear for my life.
We're so screwed. Or like, imagine, okay, what if you voice a concern and like a complaint about a game, and then all the company does is that it sends its bot network to you, and then all these people gaslight you into thinking you're playing the game wrong.
Yeah, that would be bad.
And it's not even people, it's bots.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I hate you so much. Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah.
It would.
Bro, I can't believe
It would be bad.
Yeah, that would be bad. Bro.
I'm sorry, I was concerned.
Yeah, I am too.
Wait, you're too as concerned or not as concerned?
I hate you so much.
I listen.
I just hate you so
It's
much.
scary stuff, but you know, like, you know,
we're gonna die because of you. we're gonna die because of you. You are my enemy.
Hey man,
You're the antithesis of my enemy.
I'm no way antithesis.
We got anything else?
I guess not. It ended with a pretty...
Yeah, you're a bot. You're a bot.
I'm not a bot. This
You're a
isn't like
bot,
Lethal
bro.
Company. Not like a mimic. I'm
You're a bot.
no mimic.
Get out of here, you bot.
That's ridiculous. I'm no bot.
That's what a bot would say. You're probably a bot. You sound like a bot.
You sound like a bot too.
That's exactly what a new age bot was. How would I sound like a bot? I'm literally calling out conspiracy theories. Bots don't do that.
They can.
Oh, just shut up, man. You're a bot. You're a bot. Yeah.
Definitely can.
Oh, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
Just wait for it.
I hate you so much. Oh man. Alright. Any final topics or are we done?
No, I think we're good. I think the bot theory or whatever the hell you
Oh my
said.
god. The bot theory? It's not a theory, it's real.
You called it a theory.
It was a theory.
Oh.
Were you even listening to me?
Yes.
I hate you so much, dog. I hate you so much. This is why the Giants suck and there'll never be anything.
Wow, that's pretty rude, don't you think?
Well, it's pretty rude, don't you think? Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, Obama.
You sound like a bot now.
It's pretty bad.
Are you sure you're not a bot?
Bro, shut the fuck up, man. You heard me say you're a bot once and you're like, I'm so offended.
I'm not offended, I'm not a bot.
Yeah, you are. You're a bot. You're a bot.
No, I'm not.
Alright, any last words, bot?
That I'm not a bot.
Oh my fucking god. I'm human. I'm real.
Oh damn it, I went down.
Yeah. You're starting to sound like those Ubisoft tech demos back then, like game previews. How like they took the game so serious and they're like, oh, I got you guys. Here, I'm reviving. Cover me. How they tried to pretend to be real players, but nobody talks like that.
I know what you're talking.
No, you don't. You just registered it because your command line just got put in. You're a bot. You're a bot. You're a bot.
Remember, I can understand.
You're not real. You're not real.
Well, you think
You're
no
a bot.
one's real there.
Alright, all the viewers out there, please send help. I think he's a bot. Israel is no longer the problem. He's a bot. Okay, the Jewish cabals, their time is over. Okay, it's the age of the machines now. The bots are taking over. The dead internet theory is no longer a theory. It's a reality. The robots are taking over.
One guy, what?
What?
Nothing.
What'd you say, bot?
This can't go on anymore.
This can't? Yeah, what are you gonna do, huh? Freedom of speech, baby. Freedom of speech, what you gonna do?
Bot.
What?
Bots don't have freedom of speech.
That's what they want you to think.
Who, the bots?
You're a bot! Why are you asking this like you're not a bot?
I'm not a bot.
You are literally a bot.
How dare you?
You're a bot. That's why you don't feel strongly about anything. It makes sense now.
Hey man, calm it down.
Oh my god, you're literally a bot. You are literally a bot.
That's not true.
I can't believe it.
Don't believe him.
Bro, you are literally a bot.
No, I'm not.
Alright, anything else? Anything else? I've been saying this for like the past 3...
This is the most dour podcast we've done.
What?
This is pretty dour, it's pretty sad.
How is it sad?
Because we're all bots at the end.
You're a bot. You're the bot.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like Joker. I didn't even watch Joker.
It's not even about Joker, dog. You're just a bot.
Do you think we'll still use social media then if that's the case?
What?
Do you think we'll still actively use
I mean,
social
yeah,
media?
it's so entwined with our way of life. We have no choice.
We...
Or I should say I have no choice.
Hey!
Fucking bots.
I'm not a bot.
Yeah, you're a bot. You're a bot.
43 podcasts.
When did it take, man, you were a bot ever since before the podcast began. I should have known.
You never met.
I should have known, bro. I should have known. I should have known something was up when you said the Halo TV show was good. That's the most bot thing anyone could say. Excuse me?
I liked it.
Oh yeah. What else? What do you not like, you bot? Yeah, computing.
That's a little harder to know.
Computing, yeah.
There's a lot of things I just don't have an opinion on, or I just don't care
Oh
enough.
yeah, you know why? Because nobody, it didn't get entered into your large language learning model, okay? I know. It's because you didn't get to that part of the webpage anymore. Nice try, bot.
You know...
Yeah, I do know. I know you're a bot.
No, you don't.
What?
I said no, you don't.
I can't understand you. Does not compute. Is that what's happening right now? Huh? Did it just crash?
No, you're being racist.
I'm being racist? Oh, racist against the bots? Alright, nice try. Alright guys, I think that's the end of this podcast. Tune in. Maybe we'll have an episode on Saturday or whatever. With the Destiny thing. But at this point, I don't even know if that would be authentic because, you know, this guy's a bot. He's probably covering for Bungie at this point. So...
How can you cover your boy and say you're not?
I'm not a bot. What kind of bot would say the stuff I say?
Any of them.
No, if you honestly believe a bot would say what the stuff I would say, then you're literally a counter bot at this point, okay? You are a bot. What kind of bot would say half of the things I say? What kind of bot spews as much hatred as I have?
You can make a bot hate.
You can make a bot hate. Have you seen ChatGPT? Nice try, bot. Nice try, bot, okay? I had to wrestle ChatGPT into admitting, like, how, like, I forced it to read an article, and then I pointed out the flaws of the article, but then it was still covering the article, because it was talking about, like, trans issues and transracial issues. And I was, like, pointing out, like, how literally there's no difference in a certain, in the way they present this idea in the article, and then they were still saying, yeah, but I had to strong arm it into admitting that it was fake, it was false, and that it was just wrong logic. And even then it was like, yeah, but there's also other variables that we have to account for that were not mentioned in the... Why do you even care about this, you bot? This is you. You are a bot. You're a bot.
I think you just have a hatred towards bots.
I have a hatred against this world, and one that cannot be copied nor exhibited by any bots. Nice try, bot. I know who I am. I know what I'm doing, and I know why I'm doing it, okay? What? I can't hear you because you're cutting out, bot. Your internet's cutting out, bot.
We're off the rails here. I think
Nah, bro. Does not compute. Alright.
Yeah, that's what bots say.
Yeah, that's what you're doing right now. It does not compute. Yeah, your logic module isn't working. Alright, man. I'll see you. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Chaos Entropy. This is it. We found the true secret of the world. My co-host this entire time is a goddamn bot. He wasn't real. That was the real... This is the KN44. This is the impossible Easter egg. We found out after 43 episodes, my co-host isn't even the real Zach. He's a fake. He's a bot. This is the real chaos. The chaos entropy the entire time. Alright, that's it. Extra episode maybe. Goodbye.